Hello, students. This is Mr. Dowd, and as promised, this is extra social studies work for the week of April 20th through 24th. This is not required for your grade. In talking with a few of you during office hours, I said I would put a little extra social studies in here for those of you that want it, or if you just are really bored on our current lockdown and are looking for something, anything to do. So this assignment asks you to make a prediction. How will the COVID-19 crisis impact the 2020 presidential election? That is your essential question. And your learning target is that you can explain how major world events impact American politics. And you're going to do this by reading articles about COVID-19, by thinking about articles you have already read, and by writing or making a video, which would be mostly speaking, to share your response. Your job is to first review the last assignment on the Electoral College. The Electoral College is how we elect our president, and so predicting what's going to happen in the election, it'd be nice to reflect on that knowledge of the Electoral College. There are some linked Newsela articles on COVID. Oh, there's a typo. Not COVID-10, COVID-19, and then make a prediction on how the COVID-19 crisis will impact the 2020 presidential election. We are going to make two assumptions. The assumptions are that the presidential candidate for the Democrats will be Biden and that the Republican Party candidate will be Trump. The reason that this is still an assumption is that the candidates are officially chosen at the party conventions that are in the summer. These conventions have not happened yet. However, President Trump received well over 90% of all the votes in the primary election so far. And although Joe Biden had a close competitor, all of his opposing candidates for the Democratic nomination have dropped out. And so he's the only remaining Democratic candidate that is in the election. And he also does have the most delegates going into the convention. So these are the presumed nominees at this point. Now, there could always be an illness or an accident or something tragic, but it is a safe assumption at this point that the Republican Party candidate will be Donald Trump and the Democratic Party candidate will be Joe Biden. Now, you are free to challenge these assumptions, but you will need to back up your argument with credible sources that you find. The articles that I have linked are not going to give you evidence for different nominees than Biden or Trump. You do have to make a choice here, or maybe a couple choices. First off is, do you really have to read all the articles? And my answer is, I don't know. Can you make an argument based on evidence from just one or two? One of these articles I know was assigned before. You may have already read it. It's the one on how the stock market was impacted by COVID-19. And then the other one is, should you write a response or make a video? I'm going to talk more about the video tools in a moment here, but it really depends on your tolerance for new technology. We've all done writing. You know what that entails. You know the tools. You've done it hundreds of times in your school career, at least. And again, I'll get to video tools here in a bit. Whether you write or do a video, your response should restate the essential question. It should make a prediction that is, in one sentence, tell the overall impact that COVID-19 will have on the election. And then you should give your evidence to back up your statement. Tell me why your prediction is going to come true. And then a nice little thing to add would be pick a winner. We had a chance to make a prediction about who the candidate would be earlier in the year, but all of that was before the COVID-19 and before the primaries were, for all practical purposes, over, like they are now. So now that we know the candidates, who do you think is going to win the presidency? And then, of course, adding a conclusion is always a good thing to do. Hey, this is not an essay. This can be done in a paragraph or in a 1 or 2 minute video. The main goal is not to give you a ton of work and research to do. It's really to make you think about how dramatic events impact a society. And this is, I would couch this under either current events or civics if I was making it a lesson for everybody, but I really think it impacts our history standard as well. Lots of what, in fact, most of what is in our history text is about dramatic events that affected, in our case, American history. I'm arguing we are right now living through a dramatic event that is impacting both world and American history. What we are experiencing will be in the history books in the future. All right, here's the links to the articles. You'll probably have to log in with your Newsela account, and that would just be choosing to log in with Google and use your Mount Vernon School District Google account. And the video tools that are available are Screencastify and WeVideo. And both of those can be used either on a computer or a Chromebook. Phones and tablets, I have not tried that myself, so I cannot guarantee that they would work, although I'm assuming they would. At least WeVideo, I'm assuming, would. And then the links are right there to some videos that I made for LaVenture staff about how to use each of these. And then one note is that Screencastify is an extension for the Chrome browser, and you have to add that extension to Chrome. And the video shows you how to do that. If you have a school Chromebook, this is one of our Google apps for education. You should not be blocked from adding it. And if you are going to do the video, attach it to this lesson in the Google Classroom, or just attach it to an email and send that to me. Students, good luck. I look forward to seeing some interesting paragraphs or videos.